2025 is here, y'all. Blank canvas and a fresh start. I got a quick question for you. Are you setting your goals or are you writing your dreams down that you will forget by February? Because this year we're not doing that. Today, I'm giving you a blueprint that not only sets your goals, but rewires your mind to manifest them into reality. And this is not your average new year, new me talk. Not for real though. Let's build the life you really deserve step by step.
I got my back turned, but I know they watching. Yeah.
This that real life shit, you know?
Cruising in the V through traffic. Gotta keep my eyes on the prize, can I get distracted? Yeah. Wanna let you know I see through you like plastic. Yeah. Plastic. You got bad habits like I do.
Don't stress yourself out too much. First, we're gonna break down manifestation. It's not about just wishing on a star. It's about clarity. You gotta think about your future self. You gotta close your eyes and picture it. Where do you live? What do you wear? How do you feel every morning? Now write it down, not as a wish, but as if it's already a reality. For example, I'm living in my dream apartment, running a successful business, waking up excited to tackle the day. That's how you gotta talk. You gotta write it in the present tense. And that is the power of clarity. All right, so here's a pro tip. Break down your vision into categories: career, relationships, health, personal growth. The clearer your categories, the sharper your focus is gonna be. All right, boom. So now let's structure those dreams. I call it the 3-level goal system. Level 1 is your micro goals. These are your daily habits like journaling or stretching for 10 minutes every day. Level 2 is your milestone goals. These are monthly achievements like landing your first brand deal or designing a new collection. And level 3 is your vision goals. These are the big dreams for the year, like launching your own business, hitting 6 figures in revenue, getting your own home, things of that nature. And the secret? Align all 3 levels. Each micro habit should ladder up to a milestone, and each milestone should serve your ultimate vision. Facts. Yeah, so I've been using a vision board for like the past 4 or 5 years now. And when I tell you, things may not have happened as fast as I wanted it to, but a lot of the things that I had on my vision board really came to life. Honestly, a lot of people like to set their intentions and type on the computer. I like to do both. I feel like there's much more of a deeper connection when you're writing things down on paper, because you can actually like express your emotion through your writing. You can actually look back and remember what you were feeling when you wrote that exact word or that statement or that affirmation. And this is just an example, but this very camera that I'm speaking to you on right now, I always wanted to have a high-end camera so that I can create cinematic content. And it took me a long time, but because I was working with what I had, I just had like my iPhone, and then I worked my way up to Sony ZV-1, which is a everyday vlog camera. The consistency with that brought me opportunities to expand my income, and then I was able to invest in this. And making investments up front is not going to be easy because sometimes you feel hesitant, you feel like it's not gonna be worth it and you could spend your money on something else. But I always tell y'all, you can never go wrong investing in yourself. Your environment shapes your mindset. Make your goals visual. Like I said before, I like to create a digital and a physical mood board so that I could see it every single day. Studies show that visual reminders increase our focus by 42%. That's a lot. I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all. I rock with Canva heavy because there's a lot of templates that you can choose from. It's user friendly. And once you use the template, you can just replace it with your own photos, type in your own words, and just add your own aesthetic to it. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really big with sharing all of my goals on my vision board online because I just think of it as more of a personal thing, you know, keeping it close to your heart. But for my peoples, I just wanted to give y'all a basic template and give you a brief understanding of how I develop my vision boards. And if you need a place to grab photo inspiration from, Pinterest is your best friend. And this is not sponsored, by the way. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions in the comments about whether or not we should be keeping our vision boards to ourselves, or if you feel comfortable sharing them with other people. Next, you're gonna wanna schedule manifestation check-ins. Every Sunday, reflect on what's working and what needs adjusting. Think of it as a meeting with your future self. Alright, so I'm gonna put y'all on to something that helps me a lot. One game-changing tool that I use is habit stacking. Tie your new habits to existing ones. For example, if you have coffee every morning, pair it with a 5-minute journaling session. If you're eating, maybe you can listen to some lo-fi or ambient music to make you feel more calm. It's deadass like programming your brain for success, you feel me? When I was in college, I would go to the library all the time and I would take out like 10 to 12 books at a time, right? And I wouldn't read all of them at once, but what I would do is I'll flip to certain chapters that I loved, and then I would write down maybe like 5 or 6 statements from each chapter that really stood out to me. And I would ingrain that in my mind by reading it over and over again. And I started training myself to pay attention to the little things in the real world as well. So I was learning information, I was enhancing my journaling and documentation skills, and I was forming a new habit to be more connected with myself, to be more present. I'm telling you, it's really the little things that matter when it comes to manifestation and bringing your dreams to life. So again, innovative habit stacking is when you link new actions to existing routines for seamless change. Okay, now let me share a hidden secret about manifestation. Detachment. It's counterintuitive, but it's essential. Stop obsessing over the how. Again, stop obsessing over the how. You have to focus on the what. When you take consistent, aligned action, the how reveals itself naturally. This principle comes from the law of least resistance. So we gotta let our goals flow, not force. When you're aligned, the opportunities always find you. The energy you bring to your goals matters more than the effort. I'm telling y'all, you gotta bring joy and not pressure. That's when the magic happens. I love to write down a specific word from my year or a theme that I want to follow. You feel me? Last year, my word was expansion. I told myself that anything that I did, I want to amplify it. I want to stay consistent and I want to take it to the next level. One of the most difficult things that I faced in 2024 as a creative is having so many amazing ideas, but wanting to get them done in a short amount of time. You feel me? We're adults, we have responsibilities. So I realized that I can't always give 100% to just like my creative projects at all times. Like we have to prioritize our health, we have to prioritize food, we have to spend time with loved ones, we have to create schedules for ourselves that allow us to have a great flow throughout the week. And sometimes things change. Life be lifing, things come up. I'm the type of person when I have a big idea, I need to act on it as soon as possible. And if I don't, I feel really frustrated. I'm sure a lot of y'all can relate. Let me know in the comments if you can relate to that. But I had to learn how to be patient and actually sit with myself and know that it's okay if there's some time that passes by before I get something finished. I had to learn that just because I'm not acting on something right away does not mean that it's not going to get done, or it doesn't mean that it's not gonna come out great. Taking a step away from your creative projects or your ideas sometimes can allow you to have new introspections. It can allow you to tackle things from a different perspective. And it also allows you to follow through with strength. And in the past, sometimes I would overthink my ideas, or sometimes I would feel like, nah, I shouldn't do it like this, I should do it like that. And then 3-4 months would pass and then I would get over the idea, or you would see it somewhere else on the internet. This year is the time to think big, act on your ideas. Don't let your ideas pass by because you feel like they're not good enough or it's too small. They say that the universe gives you 3 days to act on an idea. And when I mean act on it, I mean like actually just take the initiative to just start it. I'm not saying to put it out, or, you know, everybody has a different timeline for their process. But if it's coming from your soul, if it's coming from your spirit, that means it came up for a reason. And when it comes to manifesting, it is important to just build from what you have within. It's easy to pay attention to what's going on online. We pay attention to what other people are doing on social media, or we want to manifest something that they have, or we want to manifest how they did something. But to be honest, you don't know how they got it. Everybody has their own story. And as you can see on social media, it's a lot of copy and paste, but don't feel threatened by it. Create your own story. No one is you, and that is your superpower. So real quick, I want to share 15 questions that are designed to spark deep introspection, unlock your creativity, and a guide towards manifesting your ideal life for 2025. Number 1, if your life were a movie, what title would you give the 2025 chapter? And what story would you want it to tell? Number 2, what does your dream year look like from now? And how will it feel to wake up in it? You have to describe it in as much detail as possible. Number 3, if future you wrote a letter to your present self, what advice, encouragement, or warnings would they share? So this next section is about releasing the old. Number 4, what beliefs, patterns, and habits held you back in 2024 that you are ready to release? Number 5, what's one thing that you've been carrying emotionally that you're ready to let go of in 2025? And how will letting that go change your energy? Number 6, if you could rewrite one moment or decision from 2024, how would you approach it differently? And what would you learn from it? All right, this section is going to get into manifestation a little bit more. Number 7, what's one bold, audacious goal that you would pursue in 2025 if fear was not a factor? Number 8, what are 3 non-negotiable experiences or feelings that you want to experience in 2025? It could be creativity, freedom, love, connection, whatever you want. Number 9, what would you design, create, or achieve in 2025 if resources and time weren't a limitation? Number 10, what is one daily habit that you can adopt in 2025 that your future self would thank you for? Number 11, this is a good one. If your 2025 goals were a garden, what seeds would you be planting in January? And how will you nurture them? And how will you nurture them throughout the year? What is one small action that you can take every week? Number 12, what is one small action you can take every week to align closer to your dream life by the end of December 31st, 2025. The last section that we're going over right now is about growth and gratitude. What are 3 things that you accomplished or learned in 2024 that you are proud of, and how will you build on them in 2025? What relationships, opportunities, and experiences are you most grateful for in 2024, and how can you deepen those connections in the new year? Last question, number 15. Imagine 2025 is the year where everything changes for you. What is one wild and unexpected opportunity that you want to manifest, and how are you prepared to say yes to it? And when you're answering these questions, I suggest that you get a pen and a paper or a notebook, light a candle, play some nice music, and really stay present, taking the sense, taking the sounds, taking the emotions that you're feeling, and be present with yourself. Because I'm telling you, an activity like this is what makes a big difference when it comes to you stepping into your dream life. I had a lot of moments where I lit a candle, or I was listening to good music when I was writing my ideas down. And the 5 senses that I use when I'm actually doing those activities allows me to feel more connected to my future self. Alright y'all, let's make 2025 the year where we stop just dreaming and we start really building. Hit the like button if you haven't already, and comment your number 1 goal for 2025 because I'm gonna hold you accountable to it. Remember that your future self is already cheering you on. You just gotta get started, bro.
I got my back turned, but I know they watching. Yeah.
This that real life shit, you know.
Cruising in the V through traffic. Gotta keep my eyes on the prize, can I get distracted? Yeah. Wanna let you know I see through you like plastic. Yeah. Plastic. You got bad habits like I do.
Don't stress yourself out too much.
But let me switch it up. Cruising in the V through traffic.